The Poetry Slam was invented in the 1980s by a Chicago construction worker named Mark Smith. And Mark went to a poetry reading and was disgusted that the poems had nothing to do with the lives of ordinary working people. And so he invented this thing called a Poetry Slam, where the audience gets to judge what poem is best.
If a judge gives a poem that you loved a terrible score, I want you to boo. So let's hear that. I give that a -infinity!
Well, tonight it's going to be 8 poets, and they'll each read 1 poem, and there'll be 3 people picked randomly from the audience who will score them, and score them anywhere from 0 to 10. And what happens is the poet with the highest score, the four highest scoring poets will go on to the semifinals tomorrow night.
Clap twice for Curtis, Megan, Matt, and Greer. I'm going to take those names and I'm going to mix them up like this. I have no idea. These are my business cards. It's half my face on all of them. Da, 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 da.
When you see people that come to this Poetry Slam for the first time and actually watch their jaw drop when somebody will get up and speak, it's kind of amazing, and it's just good fun.
Are you ready for the slam to begin? Yeah! I just had them. I know I had them when I moved to San Francisco after college with $100 an Amtrak ticket, a duffel bag, no job.
I usually start with the shtick first, and then like, oh, I want to write about dinosaurs and having hammers for hands. And then the more I write, the more kind of the truth of the piece comes out.
You think you're special? You're the reason I went on this punching spree. Your mouth deserves the wind-up spring-loaded punch. The aftermath will be a spit take of teeth. You'll do blood, put your hands up in surrender and say, I think I love you.
I'm always interested in how you tell the story in addition to words, and whether that's manipulating things on the page or through your performance, and like the cool things you can do with performance that kind of add to the story.
I want a midwife. All this helpless rage in us. The devil's own.
When you're watching a piece, if you keep following and you're just totally into it, and occasionally if it brings you tingles or something, I think that's part of the performance and how well the person's message comes across. And then you combine that with how well written their piece is. I think it's just a kind of a blend of the two.
As my time draws short and my vision gets blurred, but if there's one thing I want from everything you heard, tell everyone I lived and died word by word. Hey!
8-5, 9-9, and 9-2.
I want blood. And I come at you, fists flying, screaming with fury. I've learned how to fight now. I think you're awesome, Invisible, and the last good man on earth. I want you to know how much I care. I want to fight for you.
It's not only about the poem, it's about the performance. It's those two things married together. And sometimes you see, great poets who can't perform well. Sometimes you see great performers who can't write a poem. And sometimes you see the two things come together. And when those two things come together, it's ridiculous.
Winner of the second annual Word by Word Poetry Slam is Curtis, living his life word by word. Thank you very much, everybody. This is really one of the